Next up at UFC Vegas 83, we have Yadong Song taking on Chris Gutierrez. Yadong Song, 20-7 overall, 4-1 in his last 5. He's coming off that stoppage win over Ricky Simón. He's taking on Chris Gutierrez, fellow striker. 20-4 overall, 4-1 in his last 5. He's coming off that dominant win over Alatang Haley. This is an interesting fight. The line sort of, I don't want to say took off and went from 255 to 350, nothing crazy, but the line widened a bit, and I get it, because Song Yadong's a very technical striker. He moves really well. He hits really hard. He's fast. He's athletic. He's a little bit hittable himself, but not outrageously so. He does absorb 4 significant strikes per minute. He throws everything with power. That can leave him open for takedowns, but it doesn't prevent him from doing what he wants to do. He just fought Ricky Simón, one of the more aggressive wrestlers in the division. That didn't stop Yadong from throwing shots, from planting his feet, from trying to make something happen. He wasn't worried. We see a lot of people fight these really good wrestlers that are just a little, I don't want to throw because I need to be here to defend the takedown. That wasn't him. He's a young guy. He's 20-7. 7 is a lot of losses for a prospect. It just is. But if you go through those 7 losses, they're pretty quality. At least the last couple have been quality losses. He's improving at an incredible rate. He's a young guy at 26 years old. He's 26 with 27 fights main eventing. His third main event. Point being, Song Yadong is a very talented, dangerous striker. He can wrestle as well. He is that team alpha male, so you know he's getting those good looks. He's taking on Chris Gutierrez. This guy's also a pretty good kickboxer. He's got great low kicks, good cage control, nice volume at 5 significant strikes per minute. He wants to light up your legs, remove all of that, and then he'll come start working his way to the top, try to put you out. He does have good takedown defense at 71%. That sort of gives him the freedom to do what he wants to do. But the reality is, I don't think it's going to be enough. Yeah, Chris Gutierrez, if he gets those leg kicks going and he really starts pumping those out there and lights up Yadong's legs, we could see something interesting. But the reality is that Song Yadong is going to be faster. He's going to hit harder. He's probably going to be more technically sound. He's going to be more durable. We watched Pedro Munoz outwork Chris Gutierrez. And Song Yadong is faster, hits harder, younger, all the things. I like Song here quite a bit. I think minus 350 is perfectly fine. And I think he's parlayable. What do you think, Jakey Bumbaloots?
Yeah, this is honestly, this is kind of an unfortunate matchup for Chris Gutierrez because he is a guy that can be around in this division. But I think when they look back on this, what I think is going to be a loss for Chris Gutierrez, they're not going to be like, oh, look at that loss. They're going to be like, oh, shit. I mean, he survived for a little bit against Song Yadong because Song Yadong, I mean, he's gonna be a future champion. If he's not doesn't touch a championship at one point in his career, I'll be very, very surprised because not only is he like really, really good already, but he's improving every single fight. He is looking better every single fight. The knock on him before was you could take him down, you could control him. Now, not only is he defending takedowns, but he is also out wrestling people. He was out wrestling Ricky Simón at times. He's able to use his offensive wrestling. And Chris Gutierrez is a guy that's gonna always be good when he has space to be good. When he's able to control the pace and control the octagon and has somebody in a kickboxing match and he can use those kicks and he has space to use those kicks, that's the fights that he's going to succeed. Song Yadong's not going to give him the space. Song Yadong is a high-pressure guy with high volume. He's an athlete. He's got good footwork. He's going to be in this dude's face. The only thing that I worry about is if Song Yadong comes in and forces the wrestling and telegraph shots, because Chris Gutierrez is slick with those knees, the kicks, those shots. When people are coming in and just shooting telegraph shots, he's going to have something waiting for Song Yadong. So Song Yadong's got to be really careful with pressure. Smart pressure. Don't get too wild on this guy because Chris Gutierrez, I don't think he's going to win this fight, but I think he's going to win a lot of fights. He's a high-level striker. He knows what he's doing. He's a tough guy as well. I just think this is kind of a bad matchup for him. He needs that space. He needs to be able to kind of dictate where he is in the octagon. He's going to be back against the fence the whole time and just kind of doing against Pedro Munoz, right? I mean, he was back against the fence, and he was just kind of like couldn't really circle out to get that space. He was just kind of like, and I think the same thing happens here, and Song Yadong might be able to find a power shot late, third or fourth round, or if he wrestles, maybe a weird submission. But Chris Gutierrez is a tough dude. If he's able to land a big shot or something, as you mentioned, Song Yadong is hittable. But Song Yadong should be better pretty much everywhere.
Completely agree. It's also his third 5-round fight. This is his third main event, third fight that he was prepared for 5 rounds ready to go. Chris Gutierrez is first. Doesn't mean anything if this fight doesn't get to 5 rounds, but it does mean something with how you train, your mental, like main eventing a card, even if it's sort of an end of year random fight night, matters. That is something. And that again, could get to him. It could give him the jitters. He's already a little hesitant sometimes. He could be even more hesitant.
Yeah, and again, this was supposed to be in Shanghai, the main event. They know what they're doing with the matchups when they put somebody. You know what I mean? I mean, this was put together for Song to win this fight. I mean, this is just the way it is. Not saying that it's guaranteed that way.
Oh, it's a fist fight, and Chris is good.
Yeah.
So,
and they do they do matchups for a reason. The UFC knows that it's a favorable matchup for Song Yadong.
No, and I do think Song is that guy. Meaning, I do think he's not young kid. I mean, he's 26
a cool
years old.
Too, man. Nothing against Chris, but it is a cool dude, man. He's an awesome dude. He'd be a great champion.
Yeah, well, I don't know if he's champion caliber because he's a little bit hittable, but his striking. Oh, Jesus Christ! His striking is there. His striking looks good, and this should be a nice little couple of solid wins back up. I mean, he lost to Corey Sandhagen, then came back and beat the most aggressive wrestler in the division. It was an incredible comeback fight. Looked good doing it. Doubled the strikes. Yeah, doubled the strikes. And it was just a great win for him, and I think he parlays that to a lot of success. $9,200. The only tricky part with that is strikers. It's a lot harder for a striker to be worth that money in DraftKings. I do think Yadong can get there. I think he could potentially drop Chris a few times, maybe even finish him. We also have 5 rounds to work with instead of 3. But we're not going to get a lot of 5-point takedowns or anything. That's no control. But
has a heartburn, huh?
What happened?
It sounds like you're talking like this.
No, I had the hiccups.
I bet that what it is. What it is. I bet that's what it is. Stomach's growling, huh?
We had barbecue for dinner. It is not growling.
Jesus Christ. What was I going to say? Oh, I think Song's going to mix in a takedown every round. I honestly do. I think he's going to mix in the grappling. Maybe wait till the late rounds just to solidify rounds, just to make sure he's winning rounds. But I think he mixes in a takedown around. At least attempt.
Yeah, I don't. We'll see what happens. I mean, I think he's that good. So we'll see. We'll see what the game plan is, how he looks. I do think I'm going to spend the $9,200. Are you going to do that as well? I would assume yes.
I think Chris Gutierrez is Factory X.
Cool.
Well,
that answered my question.
Well, I think that you have. He is Factory X, which last week was.
Okay.
Well,
guys,
Cody Brundage is also Factory X, is what I was alluding to.
Wow. Okay. And they teach the Donkey Kong Slam, like that's a move in the gym. So they say get yourself into a triangle. First trip, then get yourself into a triangle, then pick it up. That's the sequence they trained?
Sour grapes, Angelo.
Guys, don't forget about our $1,000 giveaway. $1,000. This is not a joke. This is not tricky. It is free to enter. Literally, the only thing you need to do, you're watching this right now. Just click subscribe.
Like the video and fucking subscribe. What are you doing? I mean, honestly, what are we doing? If you haven't liked the video, what are you doing? And if you haven't subscribed, I don't know what we can prove to you at this point if you haven't subscribed. You sat here and you watched the whole goddamn thing.
All you have to do is click subscribe on 2 different channels. We have 2 YouTube channels. We have this one, We Want Picks. Then we have Picks Nation. That is our other channel. That's where the Best Bets video goes. I had a few comments this week saying, oh, I missed the Best Bets video. Why did you guys get rid of that? No, it's on the Picks Nation channel. I mean, you were probably better off missing it last week, but it is on the Picks Nation YouTube channel.
I had some nice bets.
I hit my 2 out of my 3 money lines, and that. I mean, that would have.
I was all over Figgy. I was all over Cody. I hit my over 1.5 parlay.
All right. Anyway, the giveaway is very, very simple. Subscribe to this channel, subscribe to our other channel, Picks Nation, and then comment on the giveaway video. That part you have to do so that we can do the random comment picker. But click 2 subscribes. If we hit 20,000 subscribers on the We Want Picks channel, which we will do, that's a no-brainer. That was going to happen, giveaway or not. But then if we hit 10,000 on Picks Nation, that's going to need a little bit of a push. You're going to have to spend the extra 5 seconds to go click that button. We get to 10,000 there, I'm giving you $500. If you happen to be a premium member, I'm giving you $1,000. Real money, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, however you want it. Just click subscribe twice, do a comment, costs you nothing to enter. WeWantPicks.com if you do want to become a premium member and double those winnings. And that's going to get you tools, data, metrics, and analytics, like this 38-column spreadsheet of everything that you need. It's going to get you the line movement tracker, opening odds, current odds, win probability, and line movement for every single fighter. It's going to get you the DraftKings optimizer. It's going to get you other analysts. MMA Minute has 30,000 on Tiki-Taki. Running Mouth MMA, there's 3 of them giving you picks and bets. You're going to get Artem, who broke down PFL this week. Hold on. And you're going to get the Pick Doctor, who developed an AI picking fights. Oh, and Jacob really wants you to subscribe to him and follow his shit. So do that. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. It is only $10 a month, and Jacob needs it for a little bit of, I don't know, confidence,
Vaseline,
self-esteem, calf implants.
You ever use
knee
Vaseline?
Extensions. What?
Vaseline? You a Vaseline guy or just lotion?
Why would you put Vaseline on your body? It doesn't get it like absorbed.
Glides pretty well.
Okay.